Welcome to High Anxiety, this is Brandon, and today I have a video idea that I'm going to make for you that I don't really know where it's going, what I'm going to cover in it, and why I'm doing this. I don't know. I'm doing it for you. So, this is the most current version of the Ninja Turtles that you can buy. So this is what they call the style guide colors of the Ninja Turtles. So whenever you see like marketing promotions, you'll see the turtles looking like this color. But when you get to the show, they're more of like a brownish green. So this is what they call the style guide colors, and then the other color is what like the animation color. So it's a really interesting conundrum that NECA decided to go head on with and release both turtles. So instead of just doing this unboxing, which I'm going to unbox, I kind of wanted to talk about all the Ninja Turtles that are... I don't want to say all the Ninja Turtles that are available, but I want to talk about what the current selections... Wow, my microphone was all crazy. Hopefully you could hear me. What I wanted to do was cover all the different kinds of turtles that are currently available, kind of like the modern era of the Ninja Turtle figures. So on my table I have so much mess. I'll actually show you. I got all this over here and all this over here, and we're gonna dive into a lot of them. We're likely not going to have time to do, this might be a two-part, I don't know, and I definitely can't cover every single iteration of Turtles, as I definitely don't have every iteration of Turtles, but it's important, I think, for maybe like people that have been kind of watching from the sidelines and want to jump in, they don't know where to start. So I'm going to go through every single iteration that I own of main Ninja Turtles. Nothing like super special, like not the Universal Monsters lines or the Power Rangers Turtles, which are back here. So I'm gonna just show you, but I'm not gonna reference those too often. So rather than just doing an unboxing of turtles that are not new to me, but they kind of are new to me, I am gonna unbox them, but I'm gonna talk about all the different turtles as we go. So I'm going to open this. So this is interesting to me because they released a 4-pack. Oh, that's a new insert that I haven't seen before. Some sewer scenes. That's really nice. So I bought this like 2 months ago. I don't know. You can probably find it on my video. It's been behind me like for a long time, but I haven't opened it because I didn't really see a need to. And everyone keeps posting these pictures, and I go back and forth between like what my favorite version of the turtles are, and right now I'm kind of like in my brain, this is my favorite version of the NECA turtles right now.
Do you like these videos?
Do you want to see more?
Do you like awkward pauses?
Do you like that we're ad-libbing right now? Is ad-libbing the right word? Yeah? Cool. Like and subscribe. Whew. Alright, that's done. Okay. So, this was a set that I was originally going to pass on, and I started seeing everyone photographing these turtles, and they just photograph really well, and I absolutely love toy photography, and I don't do as much as I want to. I try to always make a video end with toy photography that I've taken of that figure, just to give it some like nice shots, but I want to get into it. I just got to find time. It's all about time, man. Anyway, so the reason I was going to pass on this is it's a long story, and I'm going to get into it real quick before I start talking about all these figures. So, when the Ninja Turtles NECA line first came out, They were in 2-packs. It was Krang and Donatello, Leonardo and Shredder, Michelangelo with the Foot Soldier, Raphael with the Foot Soldier. And they were the cartoon accurate colors. When these figures first released, this is the Ninja Turtle figure that we got. So it had, everyone had kind of a similar face, whether it's like mouths open, mouths closed, but it was kind of like this. One head comes with all, and that was the color version, and you can kind of just compare it with, sorry, the head fell off. I have a reason why this isn't going on all the way, and I'll show you that in a minute too. All right, so we have, again, ignore the neck, because I'm not gonna, there's a whole process to taking this off, so I'm not going to put it back on the right way. Okay, so we have this Donatello, and then we also have the Style Guide Donatello. So you can see it's the same face. The paint's a little different. The eyes are looking up on this figure, and they're not on this one. But they released the two different figures, and I don't know what it is, but this one doesn't do much for me. I bought it because I was a sucker, and I was like, oh, I'm going to buy these, and then maybe I'll flip them because I don't really need these ones, and I know that the other ones are hard to find. These ones came in 2-packs, Leonardo and Donatello, Michelangelo and Raphael. And then that's when they started making like 2-packs of the Foot Soldiers, and they made Krang and Shredder together, things like that. But the differences in these figures, we have different shell colors on top of different skin colors. The purples are pretty much the same. They look a little different because of the contrast of these two, but you have more of a yellow shell compared to a brown, or sorry, front chest plate compared to a more browner yellow chest plate. You have more, you have a different belt, you have a different paint job on the D for the Donatello. But yeah, this is where we started, okay? Again, this neck is really long, so forgive me on that. After this line, they decided to release a Turtles in Disguise pack. And in that Turtles in Disguise pack, they put out different figures. They were the same box. So there's a lot of people that have been making fun of like me looking at my watch during these videos, and I'm not checking the time. I'm not like oh, I gotta be done with this. What I'm doing is I have a monitor on my phone, and it's letting me see that I'm still recording. And I stopped looking at it today to try to like be more conscious of this because people are talking about it on the comments, and I'm like, all right, I'll try to stop being annoying and see what happens when I stop doing it. It stopped recording 6 minutes ago, and I missed 6 minutes of footage. Thankfully, it's on this camera, but sorry for inconveniencing you by looking at my external monitor. Sorry it's on my wrist. I can't just put it next to you because it times out and just turns off the watch when it's not connected, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to be better, but it bit me in the butt already, so. Again, this neck is really long, so forgive me on that. After this line, they decided to release a Turtles in Disguise pack. And in that Turtles in Disguise pack, they put out different figures. They were the same body, but they gave you a new head. And you can look at this and just say, okay, so they gave you a different head. But the really cool thing about this, and a lot of people, it took them forever to realize that you could do this, but they were like, I thought there was 8 heads in the box. So the beak and the cheeks separate from the eyes, and you can swap out all different kinds of facial expressions. So I have angry face, angry eyes, and then when you flip-flop that and you put it on this smile, it gives you kind of like a snarky looking turtle. And if you put the wide eyes on the what was before the angry mouth, you get like a distressed face. So it's really cool, and there's a bunch of different options because they're all different. They're all the same skin colors that you can just flip-flop them and just have whatever you want. Now, when I saw this, I was like, well, I have both versions, I don't really care for the I don't really care for this head. It just seems kind of generic to me. So what I did was I took the head off, and the neck is very different on this figure for some reason. I think it was just as you pulled the head out, the whole neck came out, so I had to like heat it up, separate it. Warm water is my go-to fixer for these issues. I know a lot of people do hair dryers, but if something's not fitting together, or it's too tight, or it's not coming apart the way it's supposed to, either do a hair dryer or do hot water. I like the hot water. It's just, I don't know why. I just feel better about it, but it causes the little pieces to expand a little bit, so you can snap it together and go from there. So, so now I have two heads, and what I did was I have two different sets of my turtles, and I'll have kind of like an action set, and then I'll have more of like a comical or just standard set. And I put them on the wrong heads. Not that it really matters, but it does to me. Okay, so yeah, so now I've got go-to immediate poses. I can have two different setups. I can have more of a comical, like hanging around the sewer, and I can also have more of a action pose. And I have that for all the turtles. So when you see my set, I've got these angry, we're getting ready to fight sets. Alright, so yeah, this is kind of like my action set. When I have an action scene on my display, which I'm currently going through and fixing up and making look nice, so you eventually will see my tour. But I started talking about these different heads, and that's not all that came in that set. So I'm going to post right here what was in that set, the entire set, but this was the Turtles in Disguise set. So what they did was, these turtles came in a trench coat, and they came in pants. So each turtle came in a trench coat and pants, and everyone's like, well, do they come off? And then it was a huge thing. Like, we're like, oh my gosh, do we have to, like, are we just buying that and it's going to have the clothes that don't come on, don't come off? And I was like, I want to be able to swap the heads out. That was my first initial thought, was to swap the heads. And I was like, I don't want to have this set if they don't come off. But they do. So, if you're playing along at home, remember, I didn't really care about the color guide turtles, so what I did was I took the trench coat off and I put it on the style guide turtles. The light is really blinding, and it's usually like hit or miss with this. But yeah, so this is... man, what's going on with my lighting? Okay, so this was the trench coat. They came with hats. They also came with a mask that went over its head, and I'll show you that in a little bit also. But yeah, so I put them on this set, and I was like, I'm done with it. Cool. Well, now we have this set of turtles. Oh my gosh, and if you look at this, I can't even turn this. As I said, hot water's your friend, or a blow dryer. I'm not even going to mess with this right now, because I can't bend anything comfortably. I don't feel good about any of that. So what I'm going to do with this, though, I realized that I really just don't like these heads. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the heads. And they do look a little like more serious, but when I think of this series, I think of like silly and then kind of action. So like this is like the most serious I need to get, is these two figures right here. So what I'll do is I will do the exact same thing for this one, and I'm not going to have Turtles in Disguise anymore probably, because I don't know, I might. But yeah, I'm going to swap the heads and have two sets of figures just like this. So this is the Turtles in Disguise set, and I mentioned that the Turtles in Disguise set, this version that came with the trench coats, has a lot of things in there. There were like sewers lids and fire hydrants and just all kinds of accessories, and it was $125. But this set was $150, and it came with very little accessories. So it's very strange that I guess they had to, but then they just released, someone found a link and saw they were selling the Turtles in Disguise set again for $125. So it's like, I don't know why they didn't raise the price to at least match this. I don't know. Not my business. The more and more I go through this, I think this is going to be a NECA segment, and then I'm going to move to the other things next. So I'll do part 1 will be NECA, and part 2 will be other turtles that you can get. Alright, so now's the hard part of cleaning up some of this stuff real quick. God, yeah, I just like, I think this might be my favorite version, and I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's like a matte finish. These are very glossy, and I started putting a matte finish over them to make them less glossy, but yeah, this just looks really great. I can't wait to actually get to bend them around and stuff. I can't believe how, like, this is suicide, dude. Like, I would never, I just want to show you, like, I'm not being crazy. Like, this is easy to bend, and this is, like, I feel like it's going to snap. If you don't know, and a lot of people, like, I'll see them display their figures just like this. Just like this. They'll just have them out like this. And I'm like, dude, why don't you pose your figure? And their answer is, I don't want to break it. Yeah, the answer is hot water bath, or put it in the, get a blow dryer, and loosen these babies up, because they are tight. Style guide versus, and I'm gonna keep like one version of each figure out on display, and one guess who it's gonna be. It's my baby. And I didn't really show all the accessories, but they're all the same. If you're into this at all, you've already had all these accessories before. Pizza, size. One thing I do want to point out is the tune colors, the style guide colors. They do have some weird just changes, like, to differentiate. But yeah, like, this is a yellow tip for the nunchuck as opposed to a silver tip. And the chain is metallic in this regular one, and it's just gray right here. Just little things like that. I just kind of separate it, and I wonder if that's on the box. Yeah, that's the style of the style guide. So we're just matching that up. But yeah, so I don't need to show you all the weapons. Donatello gets a brown tape over his bow, whereas this one's a gray tape. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly clean this up. I don't even know. I'm just gonna have to pose them like this, because I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay, so we have 3 versions. I'll also put the Michelangelo head right here, just so you can remember what they all look like. So now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, there is the arcade line of the Ninja Turtles NECA figures, and these are, I believe there's 2 versions. The ones that I have are the Turtles in Time versions, but I don't think there's too much of a difference, other than like maybe paint job. But so this, and you can see this is the exact same mold that we've been using. It's the same mold as this Michelangelo. So the same face. It doesn't actually. It's got no. Yeah, it's the same face. It just looks different, just because of the paint job. And it's really hard to tell in this, but this is more of like a yellow orange, where this is more orange. You can see it when you get closer. But yeah, this is to match the arcade line of the Ninja Turtles figures. Ninja Turtles. And this is the Turtles in Time version. I would like to see the original line and kind of see what the difference is. I'm not really sure of it, but yeah, this has the pixel art on it. I like these figures. I'm not in love with them. That being said, I want to get another line so I can do some custom work with these, because I just think that they're this is the way to go to do a custom work, is to get the Turtles in Time figure, because they're less sought after. You can get these for pretty close to retail, if not cheaper. So yeah, I'm gonna look for these and do some custom work with these guys. But I lost the nunchuck top for this, which is just this. This is a really cool set, a really cool little feature. But yeah, it's a little pinwheel. Looks like he's twirling his nunchucks. So it's just a universal fit for all of them. But yeah, so these are all mostly the same molds with different heads, different paint jobs. So we're moving down the line, and here's the line of, here's Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo. I think this line is really cute. I love the big black pupils. I think it looks really, really cute. And but other than that, I don't know. Like, I feel like the gray, especially on the sides, is too much, or the dark green for the pixelization is too dark when it gets to the foot. It just kind of looks weird. They didn't continue it. So there's some issues with it, but they're definitely really cool. New paint jobs on everything, the weapons, everything gets a whole new paint job. So it just looks like they're wearing, like, just from the back, it looks like they're wearing like green shoes with their pants. You're seeing it from the front where it looks a lot better, but from the back they're kind of weird looking. And each of these came with a hoverboard on a stand, and I think this is a really cool feature because they do ride their hoverboards in the game, and it's just kind of a cool little add-on, especially when you're paying not too much more. They throw in hoverboards and a stand, which is really cool. I can't get it to go on, so I probably have to heat it up. There we go. Okay. So yeah, it's just kind of a cool little addition, and my guy has the wrong hand, so I posed this differently so you wouldn't be able to tell with the sign. I don't know what I was doing when I put this together, but okay. But yeah, so hoverboard, it's got a stand, it swivels so you can get different dynamic poses, things like that. But yeah, this is a cool line. They also have a foot soldier that has a hoverboard, and then you can get, like, there's Slash in this line. There is Pirate, Bebop, and Rocksteady, which I've still yet to do anything with. But yeah, each of them came with a hoverboard, so it's just really cool. It's a really cool little touch. So this line is nice if you are a fan of the games, or if you're just a completionist like me and you're just a sucker and you're all in at this point. So might as well, right? All right, let's get these guys lined up. All right, now I think the last of the NECA figures. Well, okay, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So again, if you've seen, a lot of people have found my channel through my review of the knockoffs of the Mirage figures. So thank you if you've found me and stayed. Appreciate you a lot. So this is the knockoff of the Mirage comics line, and so if you want to get the official version's a lot brighter. It's somewhere between this color and this color. It's not there exactly, but it's a lot brighter. It looks nice. In my review, I said there's not much difference, but the paint really is the biggest difference. But the actual, like, bendability, posability, everything just seems great, and I do not regret buying these at all. There's also a color variant where the bandanas are different on the turtles, so that's something also to look at. But these are, if you want to get the official version of these, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So especially because a lot of them, when you find them, are in the box still, and then you're torn with, do I open this? Can I find one that's open? I personally, in a perfect world, I'd have two of each, one in the box, one out of the box, but I'm not going to do that. So if I ever find them, I will, and I can afford them, I'll keep them in the box, because I have these great knockoffs that I really like. So they're mostly the same. It's just they're knockoffs, different paint color. So, and if you're keeping track of the world of NECA turtles, or you've been watching my channel, you'll know that they are doing a new line of the Mirage turtles with the boxy faces, so I'm very excited to add those to the collection. Yeah, so yeah, these are really cool. Let's add it to our compilation. Let's find a window. There you go. And if you know the original comic line, you know they all start off with red bandanas, so that's why they're wearing red. But all right, so we've got our Michelangelo collection growing over here. Okay, so that does it for the Toon line. Forgot about this guy. This is my happy one, whereas this one was the fighting one. Really cool thing is Michelangelo, you can put his nunchucks in his belt. I don't know if you're supposed to. I don't know if it's really stretching it out or not, but it fits. And since this is my like silly version, I typically am not going to take them out of there, so it's fine. Okay, so now we're getting to the movie line of the Ninja Turtles. And I'm going to go through this as best I can. But this is the movie line, the NECA Ninja Turtles. So when this line came out, this was the first line that I had purchased. And I just can't get over, even to this day, just how great these figures look. They are so beautiful. They are screen accurate for the most part. It's just, they just look so good. And when these came out, they were initially San Diego Comic-Con, like most of them are when they first start. And they came in a 4-pack in a VHS style box, so it looked like the movie poster or the VHS poster or the VHS cover. And I didn't get that, but what I did get was GameStop started selling each one of them individually. I think they were $19.99 at the time. I could be wrong. They could have been $25. I'm not sure, but just great. Just movie accurate figures. They just look so good. Again, you have to give these guys baths. They're very stiff. You have to loosen them up a little bit. But this is the line that came out, and this is what got me back into toys. There was a time where I just wasn't buying any of these or any kind of figures at all, and then this came out, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is what's going to bring me back in. So each of these turtles, I believe they mostly have the same body. I think everything is the same except for just like maybe little paint jobs, but the belts are different. You can kind of see from the front, the back, just how different they are. My kids are going crazy upstairs. Donatello has a little belt right here, a little buckle that you tie the bow staff in. Leonardo has his cross sword holder. His belt's up a little higher than everyone. So Leonardo and Donatello's are up here. Michelangelo and Raphael have the lower ones. He's got a little ripple here, so you can put in the nunchucks. Raphael has the spots right here where you can put the size in. So just excellent figures. And then down the line, they started selling 2-packs of the figures. They would put Leonardo and Donatello together, Michelangelo and Raphael together, and you could buy them like that. And I was like, don't need those. Cool. I'm glad that they're available so other people can get them, because the GameStop exclusivity ended, and then Walmart got it. And I was like, well, it's a good thing I already have all these figures. Well, then they announced an accessory pack for the movie. Is this on? I'm going to freak out. Okay. So then they announced an accessory pack for the Ninja Turtles movie, and there was like the teddy bear, the teddy bear that's a panda. There's like a TV with April on it. There was the Bleecker Street sign. There was just a lot, and I'll post this picture right here. But also in it were alternative heads. And if you remember how it went over here when they released alternative heads, I had to do the same thing. So I bought another pack. I bought the 2 packs and put the alternative heads on there. So we have a more happy Leonardo and a serious Leonardo. Everything's exactly the same because it's the exact same turtle. I just decided to swap the heads that came in the alternative pack. So now I've got a happy Leonardo and a happy or an action Leonardo. Then I have my Donatello. Oops, sorry, Michelangelo's. I've got my Donatello, and you can see a happy Donatello with his action Donatello. Alright? And then, from here, so then I had just a more happy Raphael. And the Raphael pack is different because, so we've got happy Raphael, we've got serious Raphael, but we also have the Raphael that came with the Casey Jones 2-pack. And if you look at him, it's another head. It's very similar, but it's also just slightly different. Different enough. But yeah, so this came with the trench coat, but it's the exact same figure. The exact same figure, just in trench coat, came with Casey Jones. Alright, and then here's where the pack differentiated or kind of went off a little bit. But so Michelangelo was already in a good mood. So what they did was they gave him an action Michelangelo. So he still looked a little happy. He's not like hardened Michelangelo, but it's definitely a more serious Michelangelo. So what I'll do is I'll put this Michelangelo with the battle ones, and then I'll put this one with the silly ones. But yeah, these are just such cool figures. It's just all it is to it. So, and here I have my Donatello. I have him with the belt loop, so I can kind of show you how this works. So you tie it, and then it stays on. It's movie accurate. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but yeah, that's how it was in the movie. So, alright. So, these are the different versions of the Ninja Turtles figures that are made by NECA. Again, these are the mainline versions. I can get really crazy and bring down like the Universal Monster ones, but for the most part, this is the Ninja Turtles line that is available for you to purchase that are not completely unreasonable prices. So I'll just display these up right now. I am so excited for the Secret of the Ooze packs, which are coming out very soon. The Secret of the Ooze packs is going to have a similar situation, but they're already releasing it. So they already are releasing the alternate heads. So I'm very excited for that because right off the bat, I'm going to have extra figures. So what I did was I ordered 2 sets of the Secret of the Ooze movie set figures, and I have the alternate heads ready, and I'm going to have 2 Secret of the Ooze figures ready to go. So again, these are the Michelangelo iterations of the different versions of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lines. So you can tell I have way too much already in the fact that I have 4 turtles for this, 4 turtles for this style, 4 for this, 4 for this, 4 for this, 4 for this, 4 for this. I want to just do a quick once over to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. I guess you could count this, which I haven't opened yet, the baby turtles. But yeah, so those are... I forgot. So you have the giant versions of the Toon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is just, I love these. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. Right now they're up on a display shelf, but I absolutely love them. And then I don't have Michelangelo yet because he's not out yet, but so I'll show you Michelangelo for the giant turtles. Alright, so there's the giant Michelangelo of this line. So just do with that what you want. So I have a lot of Ninja Turtles from NECA. So I'm going to put these back here. I'm glad I did a little quick survey before I ended that video. But that is going to be the end of part 1 of this video. It's already 40 minutes long, so we'll see what happens with this. I'm sure there's a lot of cutting around. But, oh, one more thing. This isn't perfect, but since I now have 2 versions of this head, I decided to do kind of like a stylized comic version. So I decided to paint the eyes white, and it's not perfect. I got a little bit of splotchiness, but yeah, I'm gonna go back and fine tune it. But yeah, I just think it looks awesome having all white eyes. Man, this light is either great or terrible. But yeah, I just think it looks kind of cool. So that was what I did with the extra heads, and I was gonna do it with this too, but I'm not going to. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you stopping by. Next week, there will be part 2 of this video, and part 2 of this video is going to be talking about the other versions of the modern age of Ninja Turtle collecting. So it's not going to be like the Playmates. Well, there will be a Playmates version in there, but oh god, there will be Playmates versions. Okay, but yeah, I'm going to talk about all just other kinds of things. And then I'm also interested in doing like a giant collage of all of my different turtles. I've done it before with Leonardo and Raphael, and I did something silly with the Raphael one, but I want to do just a montage of all these different turtles, a big collage, so we'll see how it goes. But part 2, next week, all the other modern Ninja Turtles figures that I collect or have or something, just to give you an idea of where the collection is today. So thank you so much. Which one of these is your favorite of these turtles? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much. Bye.